Good morning, Saurabh.
Yeah, good morning, ma'am.
So, congratulations, first of all, you've joined the IIM Ahmedabad's online MBA, which is the BPGP.
Yeah,
So,
blended post program in management.
tell us about your career journey so far and how did you come about researching and deciding on the IIM's online MBA?
Coming to my profile, I had done my bachelor's in technology, so basically an engineer. But there was a catch in my profile, which is being an engineer. I never worked in core IT. Right from my first job itself, I had gotten into a valuations role with Credit Suisse. So I worked for Credit Suisse in in total of 3 years on credit markets. And then I moved to Wells Fargo, where I worked on mortgage-backed securities for close to 2.5 years. And then I just joined Nomura like December last a year. So in all, when I applied, I had close to 6 years of work ex, and it was across geographies. So 3 years in Europe, 2.5 years in American US markets, and Nomura, which is more APAC focused. About this program, so I had actually given up all my hopes of doing an MBA, but like it happens when you least expect it. I got to know about this program via an Instagram ad actually, and then I clicked on it. I researched more about it. At first, there was a lot of confusion whether it is VC now which is providing this program, or is it coming from like a proper IIM collaborating with VC now, or VC now is collaborating with IIM. And as the application started, the original website also became online for the online MBA. That solved a lot of doubts. And in between, I had joined many webinars, asked a lot of questions regarding this program. And yeah, I applied via my GMAT score. So you can apply from last 3 years CAT score, GRE score, or a GMAT score. And if you don't have any of these, then you can take their own IIT exam. IIT exam is being taken by the VC Now partners. And after you have all these scores ready, you do your applications. If you get shortlisted, then there's an interview. My interview had two panelists. And after clearing the interview, finally received a letter.
And would like to
Yeah.
know what were the critical steps, what are the things that you would like to suggest. Some first, yes, I want to do this program because there's a lot
Yeah.
of mindset issues, I can say, for that matter,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
India specifically, where people are looking for full-time programs. So they have this idea that the 2-year MBA program is considered better than the 1-year MBA program, which is not the case. They are both MBA
Yeah.
programs, very specific for a different audience. And now there's an
Yeah.
online MBA program or the blended PGP program. So
Yeah.
this is another variation of the program. So how did you really come to think that, okay, this is the program that will really suffice your requirements?
So, ma'am, the flagship program that IIM Ahmedabad has, which is the 2-year residential PGP program, if you see the cohort, it is targeted towards professionals like who are just venturing out in the corporate space. They have 0 to 3 years of work ex on average, and the course material also revolves around it. That you have to make someone so that they are able to progress in their corporate journeys faster. When it comes to the PGPX program, I guess the average work ex is 9 or 10 years. Okay, 7 years. And the cohort that you have over there, it's a very matured cohort. People are from different walks of life, and they are into different industries as well, in across various roles. So the peer learning which happens, it's on a different level when it comes to like PGPX program. And even the course material that revolves, our professors are the same. They teach the PGP students also, and they teach us also. And they were actually saying that there's a lot of difference when it comes to teaching PGPs versus teaching someone with a
Work
cohort which has that work. The class discussions are more matured,
experience.
and people are able to ask a lot of questions because the thing that they are learning, they might have experienced in their professional lives at some point of time. So they are able to relate it, and they are able to ask questions, ask situational questions. Ki, okay, I was in this scenario that year. What would have I done differently so that my work would have been like faster, or I would have gotten all the approvals faster. So this happened a lot when we were in our on-campus modules, and we started with individual and organizational behavior classes, and like strategies for effective communication. Best classes that I've had on my self-awareness, and how one should actually help generate emotional intelligence in you. Even the professors over there, I had never experienced faculty who has been like at the top of their subjects. These faculties, they have double PhDs. They have taught in US universities for 9, 10 years, and then they have come back over here. Whenever I see them, I in the campus or in the classes, I feel like, yeah, it's like when I'm in the classes. Think of it as कि there's a funnel over my head, and they are pouring knowledge and it is going right into my brain. Such is the level of comprehension that I'm able to achieve over there. And secondly is that, whenever I visit Mandir, there's a innate feeling of peace within you, right? Whenever I'm in the campus or in the classes, I have that same feeling of peace within me whenever I am in the classes or interacting with the professors. So the professors have a like really good, and they devoted a lot of time also. Our IOD ma'am, which is Professor Kirti Sharda, she was very good. She set up an hour with me, and sort of analyzing what my ego states are, how I should regulate my emotions, what aspect of ego state should I improve on to be a effective leader and a good communicator. So, ma'am, the lectures and all those are really awesome.
So that means, the perception that people have that it is an online
Yeah.
MBA, it is a blended program, and there will be not so much of touch points or interaction. That is not absolutely correct.
It's not the because this is a 2 year program. There are 6 terms, and in each term you would be in the campus for a week. If you add Saturday Sundays too, then it's 9 days a term which you are on the campus. And ma'am, the first on-campus module that I had, in those 9 days, the third day I was feeling ki yaar, because that was the rigor with which it was starting. And in those like 3 days itself, so many memories were created. Once I like was about to come back home on 8th, on the 9th day, I already had that feeling with me ki yaar, it was so awesome, ma'am.
An
And
awesome.
we were able to stay on the old campus, which is the heritage campus of IIM A. Everything has been moved to the new campuses, but we had that feeling we are staying in a place which has a very historical significance. We had many, what I can say, many interaction sessions with the program head also. There's a perception that which is also flowing on LinkedIn ki okay, online program hai and all, but they have made it very clear that the rigor that with which they'll enforce on us will be the same as it is for the PGP students. So don't be in that mindset that online program hai. It's a rigorous program. I can confirm you that because the first week of the on-campus module, I had not slept more than 4.5 hours or 5 hours a day. Even after coming back, we are actually done with our first exam also. We have exams every Sunday and possibly presentations on Saturdays. My next exam is this coming Monday. So, like the learnings are continuously going on, and it's a rigorous program because IIMA is handing out you a complete MBA degree, right? So it's a responsibility on them also that they have
Stanford. And I remember that one year, the way, we have managed work alongside the program, it was
yeah.
extremely the same 4.5 hour sleeping policy applied. And it was just
Yeah.
zombie land at that point in time. $1 million question, what is the ROI of the program? How do you perceive the ROI? See, ROI is different for everyone.
See,
What do you
yeah,
think is the ROI of the program?
of this program is the best when you compare to all the MBA program which IIMA is offering. I'll compare this with PGPX rather than the 2-year PGP one, because those student profile are in a different.
You could either
Yeah.
have gone in for a full-time program or you could have gone in.
Yeah. For people with experience, it makes them they'll apply only for the PGPX or this BPGP program. And for the PGPX, actually, you have to leave your job. You are staying at the campus for 1 year. It's a residential program, but I guess people who are there in the industry for an average of 7 years, they are at a certain point of their life where they have certain liabilities too, whether that's financial liabilities or I guess they have to look after their family too, right? Many of us, when we are around that 7 years of work ex, we usually get married or are having kids. So we have to be with that angle too, which comes into play, which we do not usually calculate in setting up the ROI, right? That's one aspect. And then the second aspect over here is, okay, this is a 2-year program, but you're not leaving your job. So you have your monthly wages coming to you. In that case, this program has a lot of potential if you're only looking
You're
at
not
it
missing
from
on
the
to
ROI aspect.
industry experience also. So you are
Yeah.
getting a double learning. You have that industry experience, along with that, you have the academic experience.
Yeah.
So
I started working when I was 21 years old. Now, I have like close to 7 years of work ex, and by completing my MBA, I'll have an MBA degree also. At the same time, I have been in this industry for 9 years, and still I am less than 30 years old. So it works with you for both ways, like financially also, your personal lives also, and your professional life also. So the ROI wise, we interacted with the PGPX students also, and they were like you. And ma'am, if you see, the course is structured in such a way ki 1 year PGPX, what they do, they have essentially split that up in 2 years for us. You can like make that assumption. And even the normal programs for PGP and for PGPX, I guess they have like 4 hours of roughly 4 hours of lectures every day, and the rest is towards self-study and assignments. For us also, it's similar because we are from Thursdays, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. We never actually feel that we are outside of the classroom.
So what
Yeah.
will be your advice, for people who are evaluating this program? What are the questions, some questions that they should think of when they want to choose an executive MBA program as such, or an MBA program?
Ma'am, it depends on many people have that say that I specifically want a residential program. I want to be in the campus for 1 year. But there are like compromises that which you make. I made an Excel where I did a proper analysis. So I made the cash flows for like 10 years, and that 28 lakh loan minus the amount plus the amount that I could have earned for that 1 year. And if I projected for 10 years, it was showing me that even in both the scenarios, if I had like 7 or 8% of increment every year, still at the 10th year, I'll do my break even in terms of monetary benefits. So that is the financial aspect of it. And coming to the social part, I have friends in my cohort who one of my friends, like he had an exam on Sunday, this Sunday, but he had his engagement on Saturday. And people are able to manage all of this with their studies. And I have a few friends who are expecting like in a couple of months. So they are able to enjoy their family life also, and balance their work responsibilities and their self learnings. So all in all, like I'm very satisfied.
It's more of a win-win situation if you look at it from that point of
Yeah.
view. Unless
I feel every aspect, it's a win-win situation.
unless somebody is very clear that no, I have to leave my job and I have to, go on
Yeah.
campus, then it's a different story.
But
Otherwise,
people who want to make a change in their profile or in their industry itself, maybe for them it'll make more sense. But people who know that they are in a good position in their life, and they want to take it to the next level, for them this program makes a lot of sense.
that's
Even even in this program itself, because the cohort is so diverse, the 140 students that we have, there's no one who has a similar profile, ma'am. Hardly one or two students who might have had the same profile. And the industry also, the cohort that they have selected, it's, ma'am, very
Diverse.
diverse. Learnings from the cohorts have been huge, ma'am. And one more thing that I would like to highlight is that earlier, when I saw the welcome booklet, I was a little overwhelmed whether I'll fit in or not. But going there, interacting with my peers, ma'am, nobody of them had even a slight bit of like superiority for them. Everybody was, ma'am, very humble, and they were focusing on maximizing learnings for themselves and for their peers too. The cohort is, ma'am, very awesome. Yeah.
On your journey for this MBA admission, and thank you so much for your insights. I'm sure your Excel file will become a hot property,